This is the open throttle racing E92 M3. This car was built by my friend Mike Gorman. We're both, our careers, our day jobs, both were in retail automotive. So this was his wife's daily driver for a couple years, and they started doing more and more track days. So it went from a street car to track car, and then when he started his racing team, he decided to cage it. We run this car primarily in WRL, the World Racing League, and we run it in GTO class. So it runs against a bunch of GT4, factory race cars. Obviously ours is more of a home-built car, but fantastic car. Obviously it has 65 V8, 8,400 RPM. This is a DCT dual clutch car, so this is actually an arrive and drive car, so a lot of people that want to experience WRL and want to experience a faster class, they'll come full hospitality, they show up, they jump in the car, they get to do an endurance race with us. It's a very easy car to drive, still has factory traction control, but mostly 90% stock car. And so arrive and drive is pretty basic. If you're very, very new to wheel-to-wheel racing, let's say you're a higher level DE guy or you've been doing some advanced track days and you want to try racing, we encourage you to come do a couple champ car races. Give you a cost, you're probably looking anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 to arrive and drive. Basically you show up, you do some practice sessions in the car, you're on a team of drivers of about 4 people, and you get to experience wheel-to-wheel racing. And we do that everywhere in the Southeast. And if you get comfortable in that and you want to move on to some higher level racing, then the World Racing League is kind of a more serious series. It's still club racing, but not quite super entry level racing. And then you can rent something like this. So we have kind of a ladder system. Our specialties, we take guys that are doing track days now, doing HPDEs, and we introduce them into wheel-to-wheel. And as they get more comfortable, build up that awareness, understand racing, we start to move them up the ladder into doing more endurance stuff in Champ Car, and eventually get them into a car like this in a higher class, whether it be AER or WRL. So we've been very lucky to have a bunch of pro-level drivers drive with us. And so yeah, so again, you get coaching included. Really, for more of our newer drivers, it's not so much coaching, it's more so getting them comfortable in a wheel-to-wheel situation. And as you move on up to things like WRL, then yeah, you might do more video coaching. Again, we run Sentinels in our car, so we have live streams all the time. So it might even be on the radio, just giving them advice on how to pick up a little bit more speed and possibly even comfort even at the higher level. I'll tell you this, because when I started doing this, I spent a lot of money on arrive and drive. Do research. When you're an arrive and drive driver, you are essentially a customer. So do a little research. I mean, it's very simple to log on to race results. So if I have a car and the last 5 races I haven't finished the race, might not be the best place to go spend money. But really just ask around too. The Champ Car Garage, WRL, every amateur paddock, Lucky Dog. I'll just ask around and say, hey, I'm new to this. There's a lot of forums, especially on Champ Car, for guys looking for drivers. So do a little bit of research. Obviously, word of mouth is the best way, but if you're not sure about a team that you're looking at, just go look at their last results. Ask them questions. Hey, do you guys have mechanics on duty? A lot of times in the grassroots level, you might be a driver, but you're also expected to cruise. So just get some clarity on that and figure out what you're going to expect. And then obviously on the budgets, in the grassroots level, it might be anywhere from $500 in the case of beer to drive for a stint, up to $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 even some weekends. So get some clarity. You are a customer, ask around, and eventually you'll find a team. It might take a couple races. You might find a team where, hey, that's home for you, and you'll spend a couple years with them and have the time of your life. Yeah, so there's something to be said about seat time. I mean, if you're, again, for me, never having gone to a professional racing school or done any type of racing school, literally me burning thousands of miles on a Mazda 2 helped me tremendously. I got to ride with a bunch of really quick drivers that are quicker than me. So, again, it's kind of like going to the gym. I mean, you got to do it more and more. I mean, the more repetitive you are, the better. I mean, I certainly wouldn't recommend somebody who does, the occasional track they try to do an IMSA race. So I try to do this as often as I can. It keeps me pretty sharp, besides having a good time. But yeah, definitely, again, seat time, but good seat time too. So get somebody to ride with you, get an instructor with you, because if you're out there making bad habits, which I'm very guilty of, it's really hard to undo. So get seat time, but get good seat time, and just ask somebody, again, you go to any track day, hey, who's the quick guy? Hey, would you mind riding with me? And most of the time they'll be more than happy to help out. So
support brands that support grassroots motorsports. Get your chemical solutions from CRC Industries. Visit crcindustries.com to learn more.